ready to handle a record number of people hitting the skies and the roads.
And we've been talking about it all week, that rapidly moving coast-to-coast storm threatening to complicate plans for millions of Americans today and tomorrow.
Yeah, Al's got the updated forecast in just a moment, but let us begin with NBC's Tom Costello, who's watching the nation's airport. He's at Reagan National. How's it looking?
Here we go. Take a look. We've got an awful lot of people moving through this system already. The crowds have been long this morning, but they're moving pretty quickly. I got good news for you. So far, minimal delays, minimal cancellations nationwide ahead of the storm system. All these people trying to beat that storm system. The FAA has opened up military airspace along the East Coast and the Gulf of Mexico, and also put a halt to rocket launches in Florida to keep the airspace moving and keep traffic moving on this record-breaking week. From Seattle to Sarasota, Boston to the Bay Area.
Wind shear ahead.
The nation's airlines have spent months prepping for this week, this day.
We're like 3 hours early just to avoid any headache.
Nearly 3 million TSA passenger screenings, 50,000 flights in the air. And a coast-to-coast storm is threatening to disrupt one of the busiest Thanksgiving travel periods on record, with heavy snow, Arctic temperatures, and heavy rain expected. The extreme weather potentially adding to the travel crush and already leading to delays and crowded airports on the East Coast and the West. At United's Op Center near Chicago, they monitor every weather system, every flight worldwide. You're trying to stay ahead of the storm and even ahead of the Weather Channel, right?
Yeah, several days ahead if we can.
The latest storm predictions fed directly to the captain's iPad in the cockpit.
Anytime visibility starts going down, ceiling starts going down, you'll most likely see a delay.
It's not just weather that will impact flights. Today, it's also the ongoing air traffic control staffing shortages at Newark Airport, a critical United hub. United says 28,000 of its Newark customers are being disrupted every day. The problems leading to a ground stop lasting past midnight. While the FAA is training new controllers, it'll take years to fully staff up nationwide. For its part, United is now using AI to read all of its flight data, then quickly reaching out to customers with flight updates.
It is ingesting our flight notes to make sure that we understand the reason for the delay, and then that is then sending to a customer via text and email.
Including weather radar images, so customers can see for themselves what's behind the delay and make their own choices. If my flight is canceled, am I better off letting you rebook me, or should I get on my app and do it myself?
Our app is absolutely the path you should take to rebook yourself.
Yeah, so have that app handy, and hopefully you won't need to rebook. Bottom line, so far, so good here on this Wednesday before Thanksgiving. Sunday is going to be a real test, you guys. That's the record-breaker day, certainly at airports, but also they're expecting on the nation's highways. Back to you.
Yeah, I mean, it's really filling up even in like the 3 minutes you've done that piece. All right, Tom, we'll check back with you in a bit. Thank you.
All right, let's go from the airports to the highways now, set to be packed as well, with more drivers hitting the road for the Thanksgiving holiday than ever before. NBC's Sam Brock is along that busy New Jersey Turnpike with that part of the story, including some good news for your budget if you're driving. Sam, how's it looking so far where you are?
Yeah, so far so good, or so far pretty good, I should say, Craig. But happy early Thanksgiving with a side of traffic, because the projections are 71.7 million people for the holiday. That's about 1 million more than last year. That would constitute a record. When you talk about some of the largest metropolitan areas in the country, Craig, you see double traffic levels. We're talking about New York, Boston, and D.C. on the East Coast, San Francisco, Seattle, and Los Angeles on the West Coast. So really across the country are the gas prices. $3.25 a gallon nationally was last year. Fast forward to this year, it's now about $3.07 a gallon. It'll be a little bit higher than that in higher cost of living states like New York and California. But you are definitely going to be saving money on your commute this time.